From a blind umpire and line judges to the luckiest shot ever. What's up guys, I'm Tennistic and today we're here to see 6 impossible things that happen in tennis. But what do you mean by impossible? They never should have happened. The chance of each one of these things happening is the same as me returning a Karlovic serve. It's not possible. Number 6. What is going on? As you may know, in a professional tennis match there is 1 umpire and 6 line judges. Normally there are maybe 1 or 2 mistakes per match, and on very close calls, shots that touch the line for a millimeter. It's not easy having a successful Hawkeye. In 70 or 80% of the occasions, line judges or the umpire are correct. But what happened in a match between Cibulkova and Cirstea is absolutely unexcusable. The Romanian player Cirstea had 6 successful challenges in the same set.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5.
6!
Cirstea's challenge call. Cirstea's challenge call.
He was right.
Miss Cirstea's challenging the call. Right.
She has to. Boy,
Play the point.
this is getting a bit silly. If you don't see a clear daylight between ball and mark, why call it out?
Out. Miss Cirstea's challenging the call. On the left
I
base.
want to get her to get one wrong, but I just feel for the officials, and it's way in.
Cirstea's challenging the call. On the left service line.
We should have to hit another first.
First serve.
This is getting a little silly.
If I was Cirstea in that situation, I don't know how would I react, but maybe...
Are you okay? Mate!
Just imagine if this happened to McEnroe. That might be worse than a nuclear bomb.
Bellissima, questo era quello che ci mancava,
Number 5. Around the post. If you play tennis, you will know that having the chance to hit a shot around the post is very unusual. Your opponent has to open a great angle, and you have to have a lot of skill to execute the shot. As you will know, the guy in the tour who has the most shots around the post is Roger Federer. If I'm not wrong, he has about 20 shots. Insane. But what if I told you that he has 2 shots around the post against the same player, and not a player who he has played like many times? He has played him 3 times and he has 2 shots around the post against him, and that player is Yesun Liu, another victim of Federer's greatness.
Feel for Lou. I don't feel for him because I just love to see shots like that. Around the net. Look at this. Ball by duck down. I think he said that as he was hitting it.
I just have 2 words to say. Poor Lou. Number 4. The golden set. Sometimes I ask myself, what would happen if you put Federer or Nadal or Djokovic against an amateur guy? And I'm not talking about that amateur guy who doesn't know how to hold a racket. No, I'm talking for example that 15-year-old who plays well but is nothing spectacular. Would he even win a point in the whole match? Well, probably yes, because it's not easy keeping your focus when you're so superior to the guy in front of you. Well, keeping this in mind, something absolutely historic happened at 2012 Wimbledon. Shvedova claimed a golden set against Sara Errani. She didn't lose a single point in the whole set. An incredible achievement and an incredible humiliation for Errani. Something that surprises me of this achievement is that it came on Wimbledon, at grass, where if Errani hits a good serve or a good forehand, it's almost impossible to defend. Clearly not the case in this set.
That'll do it. In convincing fashion.
What would go through Errani's mind in that moment? And the thing that blows my mind is that their head-to-head is 3-all. Errani has beaten Shvedova 3 times. Girl, what were you doing to not even get a point in a whole set? Number 3. Let. Seeing a player's serve touch the net and go in is something quite usual. That is what we know as let. Sometimes we have seen players hit a let twice before serving. That is quite unusual, but it happens sometimes. Federer once hit 3 lets in a row.
Let.
3 lets already.
It's harder. What are the odds of that?
Even the crowd was laughing, but Serena took it to another level. 4 lets in a row! Not even on purpose you can do that.
Flirting with the net at the moment, Serena. The crowd can...
Number 2. The impossible shot. I could try describing how lucky this shot was, but I'm just gonna let you enjoy it. To be fair, Blake shouldn't have been given the point. The ball went through a gap between the post and the net. However, if this shot wouldn't have counted, probably I wouldn't have added it to the video. So I have to be grateful it did count. How would I react if an opponent makes a shot like that against me? It was nice seeing Ferrero's sense of humor. Something like that does not happen every day. Number 1. The match that never happened. The Federer-Nadal rivalry is one of the rivalries with most matches played, 38 matches between the two. It has given us some of the most memorable matches in the history of tennis, but this rivalry has an episode missing. 3 matches at the Australian Open, 5 matches at the French Open, 3 matches at Wimbledon, and no matches at the US Open. So what is exactly what happened so that we can never see a Federer-Nadal at the US Open? Let's see. 2006. Federer and Nadal are already number 1 and number 2 in the world. They have already played the French Open and Wimbledon final between them that same year, so it wouldn't be a surprise if we had a Federer-Nadal final at the US Open. They are both in the quarterfinals. Federer gets a 4-set victory against James Blake. Nadal faces number 54 in the world, Mikhail Yuzny, and Yuzny pulls the upset. Just 2 matches away from the first Federer-Nadal US Open final. Federer reached the final and won the title, beating Andy Roddick. 2007. Again, Federer and Nadal have played the French Open and Wimbledon final between them. Both Federer and Nadal are in round of 16. Federer gets a 4-set win against the Spaniard Feliciano Lopez. Nadal faces his countryman and friend David Ferrer, and Ferrer gets one of the best wins of his career, beating Nadal in 4 tough sets. 2008. Again, Federer and Nadal have played both the French Open and Wimbledon final. Both are in the semi-finals, and this time both have very tough matches. Federer faces the Australian Open champion Novak Djokovic, and Nadal faces the Cincinnati champion Andy Murray. Federer gets a very good win against Djokovic, but Nadal loses against Murray. Just 1 match away from the first Federer-Nadal US Open final. 2009, again, both are in the semi-finals, and again, both have very tough opponents. Federer faces again Novak Djokovic, and Nadal faces Juan Martín del Potro. Federer gets an incredible win against Djokovic, with one of the most iconic shots of his career, but Nadal can't get past del Potro. Again, just 1 match away from the Federer-Nadal US Open final. 2010, again, both are in the semi-finals. Federer faces again, and for the 3rd consecutive time in the semi-finals, Novak Djokovic, and Nadal faces the Russian Mikhail Yuzny, who defeated him in the 2006 quarterfinals. Nadal gets a very convincing win against the Russian. It's Federer's time to defeat Djokovic. Federer has a 2-1 lead, but Djokovic forces a deciding 5th set. Federer gets 2 match points on the return in the 5th set. We are just 1 point away from the expected Federer-Nadal US Open final, but Djokovic saves both match points in epic fashion and completes the comeback to reach the final. This time we were not just only 1 match away from the Federer-Nadal final, we were 1 point away! 2011. Again, both are in the semi-finals. Same semi-finals as in 2008. Nadal faces Murray and Federer faces Djokovic. This time Nadal gets revenge as he beats Murray in 4 sets, and Federer gets a 2-0 lead against Djokovic. This is definitely their year, but Djokovic takes the 3rd and 4th set, forcing the decider. However, Federer breaks the Djokovic serve in the 8th game, giving him the serve to win the match. 40-15 and...
Попал! Сумасшедший! Нет, да, оказывается, еще не все. Двойной дал.
2012. Nadal does not play the whole second part of the season due to an injury. 2013. This is the year. Nadal and Federer might clash at the quarterfinals, unless a major upset is pulled off. Both are in the round of 16. Nadal gets a 4-set win against Kohlschreiber. Federer faces Tommy Robredo, against who he has a 9 2014. Again, Nadal doesn't play the US Open due to an injury. And it wouldn't be till 2017, where again we would be close to the Federer-Nadal clash. This time the clash could happen in the semi-finals. Both classify for the quarterfinals. Nadal faces the youngster Andrei Rublev. Federer faces Juan Martín del Potro. We're again just one match away from the first Federer-Nadal clash at the US Open. Nadal gets a straightforward win against Andrei Rublev, but Federer falls to Juan Martín del Potro in 4 tough sets. Again, just one match away. Incredible. Seems like the destiny doesn't want to see a Federer-Nadal at the US Open. It could have happened many times already. Will we have a Federer-Nadal at the US Open before they retire? So that's it for today's video. It was quite an interesting video to make in my opinion, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more tennis videos like this, and see you guys in the next video.